Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Imagineers Disney Podcast. I am your host, Matt, and I am joined by my co-host, Susie. Hello, Susie.
Hello, Matt.
We are inching closer and closer to...
Yes!
Christmas.
Oh, Christmas!
Christmas.
Christmas! I love Christmas, and just everything about it, and you're only allowed to celebrate it after Thanksgiving. So it should be law. Love Christmas, and one of my favorite things or places to celebrate Christmas is Disney.
Yes, mine as well. I will be there next week. I'm really excited.
Well, nice. What are you going to be doing? Candlelight processional? All the fancy stuff?
Yes, little Illuminations holiday tag action. Got to get that in one last time.
Aw.
So that'll be fun. But I'm going to be doing a lot of the things that we're going to be talking about tonight.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yes. So what we're going to be talking about tonight is Disney resorts. Walt Disney World resorts during Christmas.
Which resort are you staying at though? Because I'm sure you'll be...
I'm actually staying at Yacht Club.
Okay.
So, Yacht Club will be on the list that I will be talking about here shortly. But, so, we always talk about ways to save money.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think it is important to know that you can go down to Disney World for as little as $25.
Mm-hmm.
And go explore the resorts and have a really nice day.
Yeah. Our friends over at the Main Street Mouse call it the resort crawl.
Yes.
Instead of a bar crawl or any other crawls. Yeah, just kind of resort hopping from one place to another, looking around, seeing what they got, which, by the way, not at Christmas time, is also really fun to do.
Oh, yeah,
even
absolutely.
If you've done it before. The resorts are just so fun, and it's great to see here's some updates that they've done to X, Y, or Z resort that I didn't see last time. So it's a cool way to also experience other
food
dining options. Exactly. See, scope things out. Oh, maybe my next trip I want to stay here, and maybe we'll spring a little extra to get a room with a view so we can do this or that. It's just a really, really fun, and you're right, inexpensive way. If you're not already staying on property, you just pay to park and then hop around, monorail, buses.
One of my very favorite things to do is go over to the Polynesian and just kind of relax and have a Dole Whip and maybe watch the fireworks from the beach.
Dole Whip? What?
I know.
Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, big surprise.
This hour.
Believe it or not, Dole Whip will not be making an appearance on this episode. So, but maybe some other snacks will. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Let's see.
Little tease for later on. But anyway, yes. So for as little as $25. So when I say that, I think the best way to do this, to do the list that we're going to be talking about, is to actually park at Magic Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, my in-laws are going to be joining us one of the days that we are down there next week. And we're actually going to go through this list. So we're going to be putting this list into action. Definitely don't.
All right.
Yeah. So
gotta walk the walk, not just talk the talk.
Exactly. So we're going to be doing all the things that we'll be talking about tonight. And so what you want to do is probably start at Magic Kingdom. That would be my tip. And park there. And then as soon as you park, get on to the monorail. And start making your way around the Magic Kingdom loop.
The big three.
Yes. So I'm not saying necessarily stop everywhere on the monorail loop. So every resort will at least have something. So I'm not... The Polynesian isn't making my list for the Christmas stuff. They have a Christmas tree, and then there's actually some tropical flowers that decorate it. But that's almost the extent of their decorations.
Can we work in a Melikaliki Maka reference in here somewhere?
Yes.
Yeah, it's Bing Crosby classic. Actually, they play that when we were there a few weeks ago while waiting in line for the Jingle Cruise in
Mm-hmm.
Magic Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
And like you could definitely see like all of the adults are like mouthing along. It's such a catchy little song. So yeah, listen to that song, get some Dole Whip, look at some trees. But you're right, it's not as like over the top maybe, or noticeable maybe, I guess is the word, as other resorts.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a little bit of Christmas stuff to it, and every resort's going to have at least something. But for this list, we're kind of hitting the big ones that really kind of go all out, or the theming is just excellent.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, I mean, we weren't really going to. I was thinking about going in the order of from, I don't want to say worst to best, because none of them are bad. But
okay.
I'm thinking about just going in the order that I'm planning on doing while we're down there. So
yeah, I want to hear like your schedule, your thought process, since you're gonna live this out. You know, I've seen most of these things, but I'm curious as to your like transportation plans to and from different places. So let's hear it.
Mm-hmm. So my in-laws do not have annual passes or park tickets. They're not planning on getting park tickets. So we're staying at the yacht club. So we're going to take a bus over to the Ticket and Transportation Center, or the Magic Kingdom area, and meet them at Ticket and Transportation, hop on the monorail, and we'll make our first stop over at the Grand Floridian.
Yes.
So the Grand Floridian is
the Grand Floridian at Christmas.
It's a toss-up on whether or not it's my favorite. There's two resorts that I think are just amazing.
You mean amazing like all over, or like Christmas time amazing?
Christmas, like my two favorite ones.
Got it.
So
got it.
One of them I'll be talking about, one of them you'll be talking about, and I'll say it when you mention it.
Oh, okay. Fun.
So Grand Floridian is hands down one of the very best, and that is because they have the gingerbread house.
Oh, it's beautiful.
So
it's art. Like it's art.
So in addition to the humongous Christmas tree that they have, every year they put out a giant gingerbread house. And when I say giant gingerbread house, it's one that you can actually physically walk in. Mm-hmm. Like, you can't walk into it, but you could walk in.
You could, yeah.
And what they actually
don't take this as a tip to try that, by the way. Just disclaimer. Don't say that we told you to do that. First of all, they'll be like, who? And we'll be like, not us, pal.
What they actually do, though, is set up a snack shop within the gingerbread house to buy all sorts of Christmas goodies. But just to give you a little perspective about how much time and effort goes into this, the ingredients that go into making the gingerbread house every year, I mean, it's ridiculous. So it takes 1,050 pounds of honey.
What?
800 pounds of flour, 600 pounds of chocolate, 600 pounds of powdered sugar, 140 pints of egg whites, 35 pounds of spices, and that's what it all takes to make the 5,089 individual gingerbread shingles.
Oh my gosh.
That are adhered to the side of this. It is a spectacle. And it takes more than 2 months, 840 hours to mix, cut, bake, and construct the house as it stands. Round of applause.
That's
round of applause.
That's dedication.
To the Disney team, both culinary and construction.
I was about to say, like, engineers. Can you imagine just like being the person who has to carry how many like pounds of flour, like 1,500 pounds or something of flour from like 800. Oh, yeah. Okay, whatever. I rounded way up. Of flour from like one, like it's like giant like concrete bags, I'm sure, of flour. That's crazy.
Yeah, but I mean the detail on it is absolutely incredible. The chocolate detail, in addition to the gingerbread that they put on, and the icing, and just all the unique features that they add on to this, it's really cool. Also, it's important to know that the gingerbread house is open from 9:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. between now and January 1st. And it's the 20th year. The 20th year of the gingerbread house. So it's a nice little anniversary. But yeah, so ta-da,
Well,
stop number one.
Yeah, stop number one. Stop number two is also going to be a resort you can get to via monorail. So hop back on the monorail, ride past Magic Kingdom, wave as you go by,
Hello,
and then
Magic Kingdom.
bye
Goodbye,
Magic Kingdom, bye Magic Kingdom, and then you're gonna make a stop at the Contemporary Resort. Is this your other favorite one at
Nope.
Christmas time? Nope. Okay.
It is nice.
It is nice. And we also wanted to mention this one because it also has a gingerbread house. It's not the same as the one at the Grand Floridian, not just that it's a different design, but it's a completely different concept.
It's a gingerbread facade.
Yeah, because it's not a house like you walk into. It's, I guess, facade or a gingerbread display. But it is actual food, like the one at the Grand Floridian. It is 18 feet tall. This year's gingerbread house features Cinderella and Prince Charming and the fairy godmother. You can see the glass slipper and castle, and the little characters kind of remind me of the
Small World
dolls from It's a Small World. Yeah, they're so cute. They got these like really cute round big heads and like, cartoony eyes. They're so cute.
Also, it's important to note it's not a gingerbread house. So this isn't a house. It's actually Cinderella's castle.
Yeah. So it's I guess we can go back and say this is also a type of art. It's not something you walk into. It's just a thing made. Yeah, but it's made with actual gingerbread.
Yes.
So gingerbread is that's the material. What's the word I'm looking for? Material, whatever. We'll go with it. So some facts about this gingerbread display: 560 pounds of honey, 428 eggs, more flour than the one at the Grand Floridian. So about 1,000 pounds of flour, 62 pounds of gingerbread spices, 212 pounds of sugar, 200 pounds of royal icing, 417 pounds of chocolate. This is starting to sound like my Christmas list, which totals for about 1,400 gingerbread bricks, which they use to construct. And of course, we must also note that there is, quote, Cinderella's magical dust in this one because it's Cinderella. And just like its gingerbread friend over in the Grand Floridian, you can also stop in and purchase some goodies, a couple of kinds of gelato, candy cane gelato, gingerbread gelato, chocolate peppermint cookies, Leisner cookies. Do you know what that is?
No, I'm not familiar with those.
I'm not either, which is okay because I probably wouldn't get that. I would get one of these next things on the list, like a Christmas tree butter cookie or a Cinderella cake pop.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm basic. I don't care. Royal pumpkin loaf. That sounds delicious. Just because it's December doesn't mean it's not pumpkin season. Yum. And there's a limited edition snow globe pin this year featuring Cinderella and Prince Charming, available while supplies last. So go check that out. And then, of course, you're going to be hungry because it smells delicious. Also, I remember going previously, like sometimes there's little like hidden Mickeys throughout the gingerbread displays. So be on the lookout for that. The cast member in attendance may tell you how many there are. See if you can find them all. I'm not going to lie. Last year I didn't. I did not find them all last year. And these little kids who are like, I don't know, 8 years old, who were also there, some random kids, they came to look at it and they found them all. And I was like, cool, nice. I'm not very smart. And then, like we've mentioned earlier, every resort is going to have Christmas trees all over the place, garland, lights, very, traditional and festive. But really the main draw at the Contemporary is going to be that gingerbread facade.
And the Christmas tree at the Contemporary is actually outside.
Yes.
Because it can't fit.
No, because the Contemporary is weird.
Yes, it is different than most lobbies at Walt
And they've
Disney
got
World.
a couple like little ones they'll decorate outside too. So it's not just like a tree outside and then like a string of garland somewhere. Like it's kind of a little bit all over, but it's a contemporary, so it's very clean. And that's another thing I want to mention. Like each of the decorations fits in obviously to the theming of the different resorts, which is something we'll get to in a minute with some of the next ones in the
Mm-hmm.
Magic Kingdom resort area. So just kind of look at that as you travel around and notice the differences, because there's a lot of thought and design that goes into these each year.
So while you are at the Contemporary, you do not get back onto the monorail.
Nope.
You go to the back of the Contemporary, over on the Bay Lake side and the dock, and then you will hop on a boat to go over to
Wilderness Lodge.
Wilderness Lodge.
Is that the one you want to? Is that your other favorite one?
That is the one. Maybe my favorite. Maybe.
If you've never been to Wilderness Lodge, regardless of the time of year you go, there's just like a warm, comfy, cozy cabin feel. I mean, that's like their thing. It's Wilderness Lodge. It looks like giant Lincoln logs outside. But Christmas time, it reminds me of a, well, I don't really want to say that because I don't like Hallmark movies, but like someone's like in the cabin and there's like plaid and they're all warm, and that's what I think of when I think of Wilderness Lodge, especially at Christmas time.
Yeah, they don't have anything elaborate like a gingerbread house.
Mm-mm.
It may be my favorite just because it fits so well into the
Yeah,
theming. So
yeah,
I
it's
mean,
it's like going up to a secluded cabin during Christmas, and duh, there's no snow. Hi, it's Central Florida, but like you wouldn't know that on the inside. Looking out, obviously, like you don't see any snow, but on the inside, you just really feel like, I don't know, just it's that flannel, hot chocolate, hot cocoa, whatever Christmas thing. And you absolutely, though, cannot miss the giant, beautiful 4 or 5 story, I want to say, Christmas tree in the
mhm,
middle of the lobby. It's it's gorgeous. It's so the lobby of Wilderness Lodge is huge. It opens up. You can see the different rooms on the different stories. And so this tree basically goes like all the way up to the ceiling, and there's these giant light fixtures that hang, and it's breathtaking, to be honest with you. It's the most like purest Christmas tree ever, and it's got flannel, and there's like woodland creatures on it, and
like
it's
raccoons, like
adorable,
pine cone, like
and
yeah,
antlers, and yeah.
and like Indian teepees. Since this is the
Hmm.
Pacific Northwest, so they do a little nod to the Native American culture out in the Pacific Northwest. Um, but yeah, and then on top of all that, you got the fire that's right
Oh,
there
rocking
in the lobby.
chairs.
Yeah, it just
You don't want to leave. At some point, they'll be like, excuse me, ma'am, are you staying here tonight? And you'll be like, no, I'm just so comfortable. And they'll be like, okay, that's weird. Like, you have to leave. But like, you don't want to because it's so cozy.
so yeah. If you really want to get into the Christmas mood, like
Hmm.
Wilderness Lodge, like hands down, it's so good.
It'll
So
put a smile on like Scrooge's face. Yeah, I love it.
so while we're in the neighborhood of Wilderness
Hmm.
Lodge, you
Hmm.
can go back to the boat launch
Hmm.
or walk. It's a little
Yeah,
bit
if you're
longer walk.
trying to maybe work off some of those cookies and gelato and things that you had from the Contemporary still, you can walk over. There's a bike and hiking trail between Wilderness Lodge and Fort Wilderness. I want to say it's about a quarter of a mile, so it's not a long walk through the woods. Be on the lookout for deer, bunnies, what armadillos, turkeys. You may see all types
Armadillos,
of stuff.
armadillos.
I'm from the South,
Who's a
Matt.
hick now, Susie?
Leave me alone.
Making fun of me saying French stuff.
Armadillos, whatever.
Uh,
See all types of wildlife. Welcome to Florida. Just by the way, like I don't know if we've said this before. I swear the animals, like the wild animals at Disney, understand that they're at Disney, and they are just like they're like legit not afraid of you. They're so used to people. Like we've gotten extreme. I mean, don't touch any of them. Okay, they are wild animals, but like they won't run away. So if you want to stop and take a picture, they're super chill.
yep. So
Yes.
we digressed a little bit, but we
Yes.
were on our way over to
Fort Wilderness.
Fort Wilderness. And Fort
My
Wilderness, you
favorite
say.
resort.
So some of you may be like, well, Fort Wilderness doesn't have a lobby. Fort Wilderness doesn't have a big Christmas tree. Why go over to Fort Wilderness? So,
Couple of reasons why. First of all, there are the occasional Christmas tree and garland and like all those things. That's pretty like, again, typical each resort. And this one's different than the other ones we've been to. So even though it's kind of an outdoorsy feel like Wilderness Lodge, the decor is different. So their Christmas tree has like cowboy boots and lassos and horseshoes. Really cute, more Western-y feel, I would say. Still that frontier wilderness, Fort Wilderness. But specific to Fort Wilderness, some things you won't see other places. Lights at the campsites.
ding, ding, ding.
So maybe you won't get. I really encourage you to go there at night.
Yes.
So you can see everything lit up. But the guests get so into the Christmas spirit. Like this is not a like Disney thing. Like yes, there are lights and different things that Fort Wilderness decorates, but not each, but a large number of the guests will bring blow-ups and lights. There are some people who have passed out like candy canes and hot chocolate at their sites, and just walk around and see how creative people get. There are people each year who create like different, like a path around their motorhome, so you can come up and walk through and see all types of different Disney blow-ups and little light creature things. There's been Santa Clauses. People have really gotten into it and brought their own Santa costumes. It's just a really fun time. And what I love about it is it's not, like I said, Disney putting this on. Like these are just normal people who are obsessed with Christmas, trying to bring Christmas spirit to their fellow campers. And like that's what Christmas is all about, just loving each other and helping each other, even strangers, just have a good time.
Yeah, and some of these people are so crazy that they actually, in advance, like way in advance, purchase the campsite next to them.
Yeah,
and
to set up
and expand their light displays.
Their empire, their Christmas decoration empire. I mean, if you got the money, I guess go for it. But yeah, they go all out. All during the year, Fort Wilderness has horse-drawn carriage rides and or like hay rides. This would be a really fun time to do that and walk through or ride through that and see all the lights.
Yeah, it's really, really fun to go do that at night. So so we ventured off my little path of order, but it is important to note the campground because we'll definitely go see that at night on one of the nights we're down there. So yeah, it's a really, really cool.
And also unofficial, just like at Halloween time, there is a golf cart parade. Normally, that is not announced very far in advance. Just looking online and people who have a lot of experience in that, it's normally within the week leading up to Christmas. So when you get to Fort Wilderness, you get an itinerary for like, the month of what they've got going on. Like here's the movies that are playing, here's the different other activities. It'll have on there when the parade is. So if you're going to be down there during that time, look out for that because you'll want to attend. And if you're really crafty and want to decorate your golf cart, go ahead and do that. Or, don't even, if you're not there for the parade, do it anyway. Like, it's so fun. Yeah, I looked so hard to try to find a date for that, but everyone's like, you just have to wait.
Yeah.
Until the itinerary comes out for that week.
Wow. So we have hit a lot of really good ones right off the bat. So.
Yeah, and the cool thing about these is they are extremely easy to access, like one after the other. If you want to get back, if that's enough for you, if you've had your fill of resorts and Christmas, first of all, I understand, but I don't think that's ever possible. But you can hop back on a boat from Fort Wilderness and go to the Contemporary and then take the monorail back to the Ticket and Transportation Center.
But if you want a little bit more Christmas in your life,
who doesn't?
Right. Get back on the ferry and go straight to Magic Kingdom and go over to the buses. So the buses that take you to the different resorts. So this is going to be the only way that you can get to the resorts from the Magic Kingdom. So, you can Uber if you want to. But like I said, trying to keep things cheap. hop on the resort bus over to Yacht Club. Yacht and Beach Club are going to be my last two resorts on our stop of our grand tour of Christmas decorations at the resorts. So stop by Yacht Club first. You can go to Beach Club first if you want to, but I'm just choosing to talk about Yacht Club. So Yacht Club has a really nice Christmas tree. It's boat themed, so like you have like like little boats and like
anchors or the little flags that mean different things.
Yeah, like on the Christmas tree. So very nice. But they have a Christmas Town display that has a train set that goes through it.
Oh my gosh, so, I've never seen that.
So it's very similar like what you have in Germany.
Germany, yeah.
But it's in the lobby of the Yacht Club, and the train goes through the little Christmas village, and you see Santa Claus and stuff. So
oh my goodness,
it's fun. It's a nice little display. But the best display of the two resorts is definitely over at Beach Club. So Beach and Yacht Club are connected. So head on over to Beach Club. And in the lobby of Beach Club, once again, they have a nice Christmas tree. It's beach themed. So there's like starfish and, sand dollars and all that fun stuff. Like aqua decorations.
Aqua theme.
Yeah. So
oceany.
Mm-hmm. But the big piece, the feature piece, is an actual working, not to ride on, but actually moving carousel. And it's made out of gingerbread. So
oh my gosh.
This year's theme is actually, last year's theme was, it was Moana. No, I'm sorry, not Moana. It was Lilo and Stitch. It was a Lilo and Stitch themed carousel. This year it is Donald and Daisy Duck themed.
Aww. They don't get enough credit, by the way. They are so cute.
And the horses' manes are like feathers.
Wow.
Yeah. It is a work of art, like literally.
So it's like it's different each year?
Yeah, usually, yep. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So Donald and Daisy Duck theme this year, you'll be able to find hidden Mickeys on it, just like you do for the other gingerbread houses. And I think we failed to mention that about the Grand Floridian one too. There are hidden Mickeys.
The hidden Mickeys
in the Grand Floridian gingerbread house, but so there'll be hidden Mickeys on this as well. So see how many you can get. But yeah, I know that's short and sweet, but I mean,
guys, this is like it's basically after you pay to park, it's free to go wherever you want to go and look at stuff.
It's such a great way to spend the day, and
there's no rush. You're not trying to get to a fast pass of any kind. Yeah, yep. There's no.
And if you're wanting to like make a full day of it, you're gonna have to eat sometime. Just off the top of my head, the Grand Floridian Cafe is gonna have food. If you go over
good price.
Yep. If you go over to Wilderness Lodge and you're there during the lunch hour, go over to Geyser Point and have a nice meal outside if the weather is good. And if it's not, they actually do have some heaters inside that area, but some nice food stuff there.
There's a takeout option at Trails End.
Yes, that is true as well. Trails End.
At the Fort of Wilderness.
Yep. Then if you're over at Yacht Club, swing by Ale and Compass for a nice hearty meal. They have some good chowder. They have a nice chowder dish. They have fish and chips. And then Beach Club, you got beaches and cream if you can get in. So if you're looking for the hamburgers and like the typical diner type food, and then if it's warm enough, it's Florida after all, get you some ice cream sundaes, or even dare try the kitchen sink sundae. So
yum. And so let's just wrap this up. If you're at Beach Club trying to get back to Ticket and Transportation Center, I would say there's two ways. There's the classic, take the bus back to Magic Kingdom in monorail or boat.
Yes.
Or if you have time, would you say walk to Epcot and take the scenic route and monorail back?
You could. That is going to take you a little extra time. But yeah, there's really, well, if you mention that, there are actually 3 ways. So the fastest way is going to Uber straight to the ticket and transportation center.
Oh, that's cheating.
So if you want to spend a little extra money and get an Uber over there, you can do that, or you can take the slightly longer way and go directly from either yacht or beach back over to the Magic Kingdom bus transportation, and then hop on the monorail back to the parking lot. Or you can take the really long scenic route that Susie is talking about, walk around the boardwalk and all that, go through the back side of Epcot through World Showcase.
If you have park admission.
Yes, if you have park admission. You can either walk or you can take the Friendship Boat to the back of World Showcase, enter to the park, walk through Epcot. I know that we just did our episode on Festival of the Holidays. Mm-hmm. So if you want even more snacks and more things to look at, take your picture with Santa Claus, you can stop in there and do that. And for more information on the Festival of the Holidays, go back just a couple episodes, 2 episodes prior to this one, and we'll get all the information on that. I'm really excited about doing this, so it's going to be fun.
Trying to plan it all out. Yeah, that'll be fun.
That is my master plan to fully experience the best resorts at Christmas.
Yeah. Very nice.
For the cheap.
For the cheap?
For the cheap.
Lots of good grammar on this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
For the cheap. Armadillo.
Okay, that's not grammar. That's just dialect.
We kid. We're friends. We can talk to each other like that, right?
Yeah. Just don't do it again. Because I'm
Yes,
real
ma'am.
sensitive.
Yes, ma'am. So, anyway. Well, this was our tips for the best way to experience some of the Christmas-themed resorts at Walt Disney World. Once again, and a really amazing time of year to go down to the parks and the resorts. And if you don't feel like braving the crowds for a day, say you're down there on vacation and the parks look really full and you want to take a break day, this is a really great way to spend your day. So
or if you're at Magic Kingdom and it closes early for a certain party,
yes,
you could spend the evening going and looking at the lights at Fort Wilderness. It's a really quick boat ride. So
ding ding ding.
Yeah, there's always some way you can squeeze it in there and look at all the pretty Christmas stuff.
Yes, ma'am. So
wow, it's almost like you should be like a professional at planning people's vacations.
I know. I should make a career out of it.
Yeah, I think it might be pretty good at that.
Well, I appreciate that. So, for those of you who are new, I am a travel agent. I am a travel agent with Travelmation. We are a team of almost 250 agents now, so that's exciting. I've seen a lot of growth over the past couple of years, but we are, our company is an authorized Disney vacation planner, so we are more than happy to help build the most magical Christmas vacation, spring break vacation, summer vacation, whatever time of year vacation for you and your family, for your friends. Just shoot me an email. My email is matt@travelmation. So it's travel and animation put together, travelmation.net. And send me some info on when you would like to take a trip down to Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Aulani in Hawaii, any of the Disney destinations. And I can get some quotes for you. Free, no obligation quote. Doesn't cost anything else for you to book with me. My services to you are free. And we really do enjoy providing you information. We want you to have the best vacation possible. And that's why we do this podcast every week. And for those of you who have not subscribed to the podcast, go ahead and do that. We are on Apple iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher. And for those of you who have already subscribed, thank you so much again for listening. And you can find us every week. We post the link on our Facebook page. We are the Imagineers Disney Podcast. Join in on the conversation. Especially, we love to hear what your favorite Christmas resort is at Disney World during this time of year. So just shoot us a comment in the comment section, join in on the conversation, and get in the Christmas spirit.
I would hope someone's already in the Christmas spirit.
I know I am.
Oh, I listen, I said it earlier. It is so hard to like contain all the Christmas excitement until after Thanksgiving. Like I'm just like exploding with it.
Yep.
But
so that is going to be this week's episode. Next couple of weeks, we're going to have some holiday stuff for you. So join us next week for that. And until that time, on behalf of Susie and myself, thank you again for listening. And remember, if you can dream it, you can do it.